Hi there and welcome to this week's vlog. Now last Saturday I took part in a unique and really amazing event called Run the Runway. Now I'm going to come back to that in just a minute. When I was in my youth, it seems a long time ago now, because it is. When I was in my youth I used to enjoy taking part in sporting activities, but I was much more in athletics, for example, keen on sprints, short races. I was quite good at that, fairly good anyway. But long distances I hate. We used to be sent on cross-country runs, and really I just did not like them at all. Over the years, I occasionally tried to keep reasonably fit. In my early working life, I used to play in firm teams, cricket, football and what have you. And as the years went by, I tried, as I say, to try to keep fit. Occasionally went out for runs. I remember one time when we were in Stoke, we used to have a little village green opposite our house, and so on a few occasions I got all our family, my wife Sue and our 3 kids, out on the green running around. Don't think we really enjoyed it, but anyway, when we lived in Leicester, I did again try and go out running occasionally, trying to keep fit, not very successfully. And when I heard about parkruns, which is the phenomenon that is spread around the world now, on Saturday mornings all around this country, the UK and many countries abroad, at 9 o'clock or 9:30 in certain countries, there's a parkrun, 5-kilometre parkrun, and so I started taking part in that in Leicester. But I think I did about a couple, and then my left knee really started causing me a lot of trouble, so I stopped altogether for several years. And then we moved to Doncaster, retired, we moved back to Doncaster, and I realised my knee was feeling okay, and so I took part in something called Couch to 5K, which is again a program designed to help people who are maybe couch potatoes, as they're called, to be able to run 5 kilometres. It's a 9-week program. It's an app, Couch to 5K app, and found that really helpful. So I got to run 5K. In fact, I need to go back a bit, because when we moved back to Doncaster, I registered with a doctor and went for a checkup. I was told that I had type 2 diabetes, which is a bit of a shock to me. There's nobody else, as far as I know, in my family history that have had diabetes. Anyway, I didn't want to take tablets or injections or anything, so I decided to do 2 things. One, really start watching what I'm eating, eat more sensibly, less, to cut out puddings, which I love. And the other thing, apart from watching what I ate, was try and get in a bit fitter, exercise more. And so that's why I started Couch to 5K. And then I started regularly doing park runs, and I've just a few weeks ago I did my 100th park run, and I'm enjoying that. And I go out running fairly regularly, and try and keep fit. And I lost about 4 stone, which has made a tremendous difference. And now I'm in what's called, I think, remission from type 2 diabetes. So I'm really benefiting from that, feeling fitter, feeling healthier, and I still I'm enjoying now my running, even if it is a long distance, usually anyway. So anyway, back to Run the Runway. Run the Runway was an event put on last Saturday, and it took place at Doncaster Airport, which is currently closed, but there's high hopes that it will be reopened before too long, and that would be great to be able to have an airport locally to fly if we're going abroad. Anyway, this Run the Runway was an event put on to run. There was a shorter race, and then there was a 5.8 kilometre race or run, and I think over 2,500 people took part. And so I got my name down for it and looking forward to that. And anyway, a guy from church was also booked in. He said, can we run together? Which I thought is great. It's good in many ways to be able to run with someone else, because you can encourage each other. But my friend damaged his knee quite badly some time ago, and so he's not able to run as fast as he would otherwise be able to run. So his normal pace is probably a bit less than my normal pace. So as we were running along, part of me was thinking it's great to run with someone and to encourage each other. But another part of me was thinking if I was on my own, I'd be able to try and run faster and see how quickly I could do the course as we ran down this really long runway. And it was a great experience. So as I say, part of me was enjoying running with a friend. Part of me was thinking if I was on my own, I could try at least and go faster. There's a verse in 1 Thessalonians in the Bible which says, encourage one another. And we are called to be encouragers, to encourage each other. Maybe we have someone who's struggling with life or going through troubles. Try and be an encourager, to walk alongside them. And there's another verse in the Old Testament, in the book of Ecclesiastes, which says, two are better than one. If either of them falls down, the other one can help them up. And so there, another illustration of being alongside someone is maybe not able to run at the moment as fast as you can, but being with them to encourage them. And I'm linking that thought in with Easter. Jesus, came into our world, and he was willing to go through the agony of the cross, died for us to pay the price for our sin, and rose again. And he calls us to a life of faith. Run with perseverance the race set out for you is another verse from the scriptures. And I know that he is infinitely patient with us. Jesus said, I am with you always. And I know that ever since I gave my life to him at the age of 5, I've messed up many times. I've gone off track at times. I've slowed down and maybe even started going backwards, but always he's been there with me. He's never run off because I'm going too slow or given up on me because I'm going the wrong way. He's always been there, encouraging, strengthening, supporting, leading me onwards, helping me to press on, even when the going's been tough. So that's just been going around in my mind that, yes, sometimes we may want to sprint ahead in our life of faith or in life in general, but it's important that we are there for others who may be struggling, who are going slower than we were, but stand alongside them, encourage them, bless them, just as Jesus does for us. He's full of grace. He's full of encouragement and love for us, even when we're struggling, we're going slow. He's there for us, encouraging us on, as we are called to encourage one another. So anyway, there's a few thoughts, and I should have brought I got a medal from this Run the One Way, but the greatest prize is walking with Jesus and keeping our eyes on him and being ready to encourage our fellow believers and others in life in general who may be struggling. Keep our eyes open for those who are having a hard time, that we might come alongside and encourage. So that's enough for today. God bless you. Thank you so much for listening, as always.